coming off this Alistair Overeem hearing, and they will not let him, Nevada will not let him reapply for 9 months. And his defense was, hey, my doctor gave me this cocktail. I know you say he lied to you. Dan Henderson, as much as we all admire him, has had testosterone replacement therapy
right.
Also approved by doctors. This you knew about.
Right.
Is it a fighter problem, or at some level, is it a doctor problem? You can get a quack doctor to get you what you want or what you don't know about. You have a doctor problem.
It's a fighter problem, because if you get the quack doctor, it means you don't want to know about it. Okay? So what happens is, it's very simple. As we get older, your body produces less and less testosterone. Right. Testosterone replacement therapy is a great thing. It's actually, you know, science.
It's good for you.
Yeah, science has come out with a way where you can replace that testosterone. And it's 100% legal if you're upfront and honest about it with the athletic commission, and they test your levels.
You don't exceed the
and they make
6-to-1
sure
ratio.
exactly you're supposed to be within this range. What's happening now is,
in other words, it brings you up to where you should be.
right. So what's happening now is guys are using it to cheat. Of course, you know, whenever there's a way to cheat, guys are using it to cheat.
In every sport.
So if this much takes you to the right levels, this much, you know, takes you to the wrong levels. So what these guys will do is they'll train their whole training camp at these elevated levels, then bring it back down for the fight. So now what the athletic commission is doing is they're bringing guys in and randomly testing them. And there's nothing wrong with what happened with Overeem is he sat at a table just like this, told me and my partner, I'm the most tested athlete in all of sports. They can test me whenever they want, yada, yada, yada. So he goes out and he pops at a 14-to-1 ratio.
Right.
And
well, you saw when he first came in, when he was fighting in Pride, he was skinny.
exactly.
You look at him now, you go, oh,
Now
come on, man.
now it looks like he has dorsal fins.
Exactly.
You know?
I want to sit down with a guy who is one of my athletes, who I consider my partner in this business that I'm in, and I want you to be honest with me and tell me the truth. Don't lie to me. And now he's coming in and saying that he was taking these shots for, you know, they were like anti-inflammatories.
Part of it.
Then you should have told the athletic commission
that.
that.
It was a cocktail from what appears to me to be a quack-ish doctor, or at the least someone he didn't want to fully know about.
You should have told the commission you were taking anti-inflammatory shots.
No, wait a second. You built this thing up. We love it. A lot of other people love it, but it comes up again. You know, the performance-enhancing drug. Now, I watched baseball deny this and put its head in the sand, and now they got problems. Roger Clemens is still on trial. What can you do, or what should be done?
We already are the gold standard in all of sports.
I've heard Bud Selig say that too.
Yeah, well, when the guys for the UFC go in and fight, the government is testing them for not just performance-enhancing drugs, every other kind of drug that is illegal. The government is testing these guys every time they test. Now the government is testing them before they fight.
Is Nevada vigilant enough for you?
Oh yeah, Nevada is all over this thing. And believe me, nobody's butted heads with the Nevada State Athletic Commission more than I have over reffing, judging, the list goes on and on. These guys are doing a great job with the drug testing. Now they're doing it before. But one of the things that we do that we don't have to do, every guy who signs a contract with the UFC is tested. Not just for performance-enhancing drugs, but for everything else. Every guy who goes on The Ultimate Fighter is tested. I mean, we do our own testing, too.
As a fan, do you think I'm full of it being a reporter? Like, do you think people really care about...
I don't think they care anymore that much.
They want to see big guys rip each other up.
Because the truth of it is, it's permeated through the society now. It's so extensive in every sport. I don't care if it's tennis, biking, you know, it's everywhere. I mean, to the point, is it wrong? And we'd like to not see it, but how do you know?
If your job and the money you make depends on your performance, there's going to be performance-enhancing drugs. It's always been there, always will be. You know what? Just not to jump off the subject here, but what drives me crazy, Roger Clemens. Tell me that's not a witch hunt. You're going after all these players that played back in the 80s and early 90s.
I don't think it is.
It's crazy.
Maybe it's because I can't stand Roger Clemens.
Okay, but you know what? Back in the 80s and 90s, the poster with the Bash Brothers and everything else, you had to be a moron to not know what was going on at that time in baseball.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dana, your point is, I accept it in large measure, but I'll tell you what else. There are a lot of morons in the front offices of baseball, of major league franchises, and the commissioner's office. Some of us were screaming and yelling back then. All of a sudden, Lenny Dykstra comes back 30 pounds, heavier, looks like he's Mr. America. Hey, what's that about? They didn't want to know until they had to know.
That was during the era of pumping iron. Bodybuilding was huge, and everybody knew what was going on. Do you think they were taking protein shakes and they look like that?